Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. My name is Amanda. I am a teacher turned homeschool mom, and this is my YouTube channel, Raising A to Z, and we talk all things homeschooling and education here. And so today we're tackling a question we have gotten from so many of you in some way, shape, or form. We've gotten so many questions about summer. What do you do over the summer? Should you be homeschooling over the summer? Can you de-school over the summer? What about summer school? Like, what is the deal with summer when you are a homeschooler? So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a little bit like what we do, what some other people that we know do, what you should do over the summer, and what you really shouldn't do over the summer. Yeah, that's what we're going to do today. But before we jump in, why don't you take a moment to go down to the bottom here, subscribe, click the bell so you can get more notifications when we put out more videos like this, which is pretty much every Monday. And the next couple ones are going to be really good. So, what do you do about summer? Well, it depends. There's a lot of different things that are going to influence what you do over the summer, and it's going to depend on different scenarios, different situations. I can tell you what we do and what our situation is, and then you guys can kind of go from there. So first thing is we are year-round homeschoolers. That's part of our educational philosophy. Our mantra for our home is that we learn all the time, everywhere, every place. And so we kind of continue that through with our curriculum and our learning, and we do that throughout the summer. Got questions about year-long homeschooling versus like an academic school year kind of homeschooling? Don't worry, we have a whole video about that. We'll link that here for you guys. We do take breaks throughout the year. We take all of December off to enjoy the Christmas festivities, and we'll take a couple weeks here and there to go camping or do whatever that we want to do over the summer. We'll take a weekend March break. Like we take breaks throughout the year. We just don't take kind of a whole 9-10 weeks all at once, right? That's just what we have found works for us. But just because we are homeschooling throughout the summer and still doing our curriculum and stuff, we don't do as much, if that makes sense. So basically we'll probably wrap up our last unit in like a week or two. From then, we don't do unit studies over the summer. I've tried, we just don't get through it. And I spend all this time planning for no reason. So we don't do that anymore. We basically just focus on doing a couple pages of math, couple pages of whatever language arts type program we're doing, and reading. That's basically what we focus on for the summer. And then after that, it gives the kids lots of time to go outside, to follow other creative passions, other projects that they want to do, as well as it gives us lots of time to go and do lots of the fun stuff that we can't do during the winter because we live in Canada and it's freaking fracking cold. While it is nice out, while we have access to pools and rivers and lakes, and we live in an area where we have lots of pools and rivers and lakes, we take full advantage of that, and we spend a lot of time outdoors, at the pool, at the river, at the lake, having fun. Basically, that is our biggest goal. Spend maybe an hour 3 times a week doing some workbooks, and then the rest of the time we're out for fun. That's kind of our goal. But we just like to have a little bit of curriculum kind of on a regular basis, just kind of keep things moving. That's pretty much what we do. We might pick in terms of like reading, usually when we have a unit study during the school year, we have like a big book, so like a chapter book that we work through every night before bed, or whenever it's time to do like a reading time, we have a wall of books that are related to your unit study. During the summer, we don't really have that. So we might pick a series or an author or something and kind of like read through a bunch of those. Or it's just kind of like you pick, let the kids pick, which means we probably will reread a lot of our favorites. I think we'll probably read The Gruffalo at least 100 times this summer, probably minimum 100 times. But that's kind of the nice thing, is we get to like really sit in and enjoy our favorite books and enjoy our favorite stories. We're gonna try to start maybe a couple of the Magic Treehouse books and see how far we can get to the series. I have back there somewhere, I have like the first 12, I think, that I got in a kit. So that's kind of our plans for the summer. We're gonna do a lot of reading, do a couple pages of math 3 times a week, a couple pages of spelling or phonics 3 times a week, and then just have fun. That's our plans for the summer. But that's because we are year-round homeschoolers. We keep going through the summer because we do take bigger breaks throughout the year. Like I said, we take all of December. We don't do any curriculum during December. We focus on a bunch of other things because that's what's important to us. So we kind of make up for it by homeschooling throughout the summer. It just works for us. It works for our kids. Our kids like the routine of kind of having something to do every day. And so it's just what flows for us. But then the question is summer schooling necessary? If you are a homeschooler, do you need to homeschool over the summer? The answer is no. You don't need to homeschool for summer. There's a lot of homeschoolers that I know that are kind of like follow the school year, and they wrap up end of May, early June, and they're done until September. Like, that's a very normal thing in the homeschool world. A lot of people right now are finishing up or have just finished their school year, and they are basically just sitting back for the next 2 months and going to enjoy the summer. If that works for you and if that's what you want to do, awesome, do it. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially since we have to remember, as homeschoolers especially, kids are always learning. They are going to spend the summer, jumping in puddles and learning how to swim. They're gonna, catch frogs and learn about amphibians. They're gonna build castles and towers and things in their backyard. And they're gonna do all kinds of things that are educational. It's just not gonna it's not book work. And that's fine. That's amazing. That's great because it's hands-on, it's real life, it's important to them. They're gonna learn things, and that's what we strive for as homeschoolers. We strive that our kids will find learning in everyday moments, right? So if you don't wanna do curriculum and workbooks and novel studies over the summer, don't. There's no reason why you should. There's no reason why you have to. There is no reason why you need to. Now, I would recommend that you at least keep reading. I think every homeschooler out there is reading throughout the summer. And find time, maybe a routine, like I said, before you go to bed, pick a book and read a couple chapters or read a chapter. But really, other than that, you don't really need to sit here and have structured lessons and structured workbook time if you don't want to. If that's not your flow and that doesn't work with your family, don't do it. Simple as that. So you can homeschool over the summer, you cannot homeschool over the summer. That's fine. That is completely up to you. But there are 2 things that you should definitely not do over the summer. Okay, like hands down, I really don't believe this is the time to do it. Number 1, over the summer, you should not deschool. If you don't know what deschooling is, it is a whole process that happens when you leave the public or private school system to become homeschoolers. If you have decided that this year is the end, you're not going back in September, you have decided that come late August or September, you guys are going to be homeschoolers, that is great. Welcome to the community. You need to deschool. We have a whole video on that. We'll put the link here. But the summer is not time to deschool. I know it feels like it'd be a great time. It's really, really not the time to deschool. Let me explain why. Part of it is your kids have just come off of a school year. They need that time to decompress because they have not had that, especially this year. With everything that's happened, they need time just to decompress from the school year that they just had. And that is super important, okay? That is not related to the deschooling process. They just need a break because they have been going hard. They have been spending multiple hours in front of a screen or in a desk for the last several months. They need a break. The other reason why the summer is not the time to deschool is because part of the deschooling process involves the novelty of not having to go to school. So if you're trying to do it over the summer, no kids are in school over summer. There's no novelty to that. Yes, like there's it's summer break, but the novelty comes when everyone else goes back to school and you don't. And you all of a sudden have all these days to fill up when everyone else's day is full. You now have to figure out what your family is going to look like when you aren't fitting into a school schedule or school requirements. That is part of the deschooling process, and it can only really happen during the school year. So take your summer, enjoy it, have fun, take the break, and then when September comes, deschool. That is the time to start deschooling, is in September, because you need that time with your kids to notice that everyone else is at school, we're not. What is our new lifestyle going to look like? Because over the summer, no one has a schedule. No one has any of that. And those are things that you figure out when you have the school schedule going on. Like during summer, no one has a schedule. No one is eating properly. No one is, going to bed at the certain time. Like all these things get thrown out the window anyway. So it's not the right time to do that. When September comes, when everybody's going back to their routine, definitely the perfect time to deschool. Until then, just enjoy the summer. The other thing that I'm a really big advocate of is that if your kids are behind, summer is not the time to catch up. A lot of parents who have children who are behind want to spend the summer catching up. They want to spend the summer focusing on their reading, focusing on their math, focusing on their writing. And especially, I say this because we have a lot of parents right now who are homeschooling in the sense that their kids are home and doing school and they can see what their kids are falling behind on because of the pandemic. And a lot of them are doing kind of hybrid models and different things with their kids at home. And it's kind of like homeschooling, but it's not really true homeschooling. But because you're home, you're seeing that your kids are behind their classmates, or you're seeing that their kids are behind in certain subjects. And the gut reaction as a parent is going to be to homeschool over the summer and spend the summer catching up so that they are at the best they can be come September. That is your gut reaction, that is your instinct. I'm gonna tell you, it's really not a good idea. Especially if you plan on sending your kids back to school, not a good idea. It's going to be such a struggle for you, not because you can't do it, but because you're gonna set yourself up for a system where it's just not gonna be successful. I have no problem with parents who want to set up an educational time. Like I said, we homeschool over the summer. We have educational time where we sit down and do some workbook work a couple times a week. That's part of our regular routine. And so we keep that up. And there's also no reason why you couldn't set up a short educational time, 30 minutes a day of reading, math, whatever. If that's what you want to do, great. If that's what you want to do to keep their skills fresh or whatever you want, fine. But I wouldn't focus on new concepts, and I wouldn't focus on catching up. No kid is going to catch up over the summer. I know you'll see a lot of programs out there where they're like, oh, we'll get your kid caught up 2 grades in 6 months. It's not realistic. It's not realistic to catch a child up a whole grade level in 2 months. It's just really, really not. And if you're trying to do that and trying to catch up a grade or even half a grade in 2 months, the only thing you're going to do is cause frustration and anger and make your kids hate learning, which is the last thing that you really want to do. So if you have a child who's behind and they're going back to the public school system, by all means have an educational time where you guys would do something simple, like reviewing facts that they already know, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, working on whatever they're doing, doing maybe a journal of something you did every day, have some kind of journal, gratitude where they're doing a little bit of writing, sitting down and all reading together, great. But having something short and having something that the whole family is going to do together would be my ideal suggestion. Because you don't want kids to hate learning. You don't want kids to fight you. Because if you start saying we're going to catch up a whole year, you're going to just have a heck of a fight on your hands. Your kids, once you start getting into a subject, you're going to be overwhelmed by how much they are behind or how much needs to be covered to get them up to grade level. And it's going to become overwhelming for you. It's going to become overwhelming for them. It's going to become a fight because no kid wants to spend their entire summer at the kitchen table doing worksheets. It's just going to become an angry situation, and that's not what you want kids to do. So if your kids, like I said, are in public school, find an educational time. If you are homeschooling and you're not sending your kids back in September, do what you want. If you don't want to do school over the summer, don't. Just pick up where they were in September. If they're a grade behind, fine. If they're a grade ahead, awesome. Like, that's the benefit of homeschooling, is that we meet our kids where they're at and not where arbitrary government guidelines tell us they should be. Right? So that is why we love homeschooling. I hope that helps give you some ideas about what you can expect for the summer. You can year-round homeschool, you can take a break, you can have some kind of educational time if you want, but I don't want you to feel like you need to be pressured into doing tons of worksheets or having education time if you don't want to, and you definitely should not homeschool or try to catch up a grade in any subject over the summer. If you guys are interested in seeing what we're gonna do all summer, definitely follow us on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. You will get updates on the educational things that we do with our kids and what our summer looks like. If you really like this video, subscribe, click the bell, and you'll get a notification every Monday when we put out a brand new video. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.